you bring any of the I mean, let's talk about it. You know, you have the book, The Obstacle is the Way. I mean, Ryan Holiday isn't creating all that stuff himself. I mean, he's invoking the Stoics, you know, Stoic mindset. Do you gravitate towards that?
I really do.
Yeah.
And again, that book was kind of uh the entryway
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
that
And
for me.
luckily he's got 1,000 books. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I ended up paying Mr. Holiday a number of dollars
Yeah.
for
Yes.
everything but I
Yeah.
mean, like, the stillness is the key, and
Right.
um what's the other big one? Ego is the enemy, when that came out too. But that also led me to, read Meditations and read Seneca and really
Right.
focus on some of the, deeper lessons of what
Yeah.
they've taught in that.
It is a beautiful thing to think about, like all those guys back then, like, you know, you think about Marcus Aurelius, like, writing Meditations. I mean, I'm gonna sound like him, I guess. I'm gonna sound like Ryan Holiday, like, you know, kissing Marcus Aurelius's butt. But like, you think about this dude who's essentially like God Emperor, right? Of Rome, and he's writing a journal about how not to be a jerk. Essentially, right? I mean, it's just amazing. It's a person who is in such a power of such a seat of power that whatever he literally says can become true. You know, the people will scurry and make it happen. And then here he is writing in a journal. You know, like he's the and here we are much later connecting with it as everyday men and women and picking up on these things. It's to me it's amazing. Like I just it blows me away.
Mhm.
Um so yeah, I read that stuff and I read it through Ryan Holiday's eyes, like through his, you know, fanboy eyes, and then, you know, he gets to pull it out and he does distill it in a way that's really great because I tried reading some of that stuff early on and it was like, you know, this is like reading, you know, classic. It was like reading Shakespeare or something. I'm like, I don't understand any of this, you know. I don't get it, you know.
Yeah, always good to have somebody to kind of bring out the highlights for you and
Yeah,
be able to
right.
say, "Okay,
Right.
like, this is what this means. Oh, like, this
Yeah,
is what this
wow,
looks
that's
like in
really
your
cool.
day to
Right,
day, you know? Oh,
right,
now I get it.
right,
Yeah."
right. So how to deal? I mean, you have this grown it, own it, cone it, hone it, disown it, which is clever. Tell me about all that stuff. What do we have going on here? It's
Yeah,
like
so
one
how
slide, and I'm looking at. I'll make sure, and if it's okay with you, I mean, I'll make sure and link up the slideshow that you share with me so people can sort of get it and, you know, pull something out of it. But you've got this one slide that's got these five things on it. Take me through those.
Yeah, totally. We so a lot this is the pastor coming out. I have to make everything rhyme. I have to make it memorable.
Okay, I see.
But ultimately, dealing with failure really comes down to these 5 things. Um, we grown it, so the very first thing we need to do is actually acknowledge the fact that, failure sucks, losing a game sucks, like, this is not fun, no one's enjoying it. Um, yes, you can learn to embrace it, and you can learn to say, "Okay, that didn't go as expected." You can even say that with some optimism, but
Sure.
learning to actually say and sit with your feelings for a minute and accept your feelings as they are. Accept the anger, accept the mourning, accept the you know, what is, rather than trying to fight against oh, this should have gone this way. Well, it didn't. So just sit with what is for a couple minutes. Um,
Hmm.
and then celebrate the successes that were in that, reward the try behind it, like, just notice the beauty of that trying. That's your grown it. Your own it is embracing it with vulnerability, embracing the ownership of it. And so, not necessarily just trying to say this failed because of this person, or this failed because of this problem that existed. Like for me, Mousetrap. Okay, did Mousetrap fail because of the
Yeah.
manufacturing? Yeah. You know who ordered the manufacturing? Me. You know who knows nothing about manufacturing? Also me. And so that
Man.
falls on me to be able to say, I can't
So
pass the buck.
have you read the book or seen Extreme Ownership with Jocko Willnick?
Hmm.